Okay, so we're going to look at some different types of differential equations. They're going to get a little bit more complex, but nothing that's completely crazy. So we have x squared, that's not y1, that's y prime, plus 4y prime equals xy. So the first thing I'm going to do is separate the y prime out. So y prime x squared plus 4 equals xy. And then I have to remember that y prime is another way to write dy dx. So it took me 2 steps, but I got to a form that I'm a little bit more comfortable with. Now, to do the differential equation, I kind of have to separate the x's and the y's. So I'm going to multiply the dx over to this side. So um, x squared plus 4 dy equals xy dx. I multiplied the dx over. So I need this x squared plus 4. I need this to go to this side. I need this y to go to that side. So I'm going to do some more dividing here. I'm going to divide by y on both sides. So, and x squared plus 4 dy over y equals x dx. And we're getting closer to what we need to do. Let me zoom out a little bit. And let's get rid of this quantity, x squared plus 4. Let's divide that out on both sides. And that cancels, so I end up with dy over y equals x dx over x squared plus 4. So I've moved everything around. I got all the x's and y's sorted. I need to get to this point. Now that I'm at this point, I can integrate both sides. So we're going to have dy y, the integral of dy over y is equal to the integral of x over x squared plus 4, and that's dx. All right, this side's easy. Dy over y is just going to be ln of y. And don't forget, you know what, remember we were putting a plus c, but the plus c's combined, so I'm just going to put the plus c over to the other side anyhow, and I'm not going to worry too much about it. All right, over here, x over x squared plus 4, remember, so the derivative of x squared plus 4 would be 2x. So if we put a 2 here, to make that work, we need to put a 1/2 out here, if you remember. So this is going to be 1/2 ln of x squared plus 4 plus c. All right, so if we want to write this in our form where we have, where it's in y equals form, we can kind of leave it like this, but we can actually convert it a little bit. So if you are looking in the back of the book to check your answers, they are going to be converted. So let me show you how to do that. All right, so to undo an ln, we would have to do like an e on both sides. So e on both sides, it cancels. So we're going to have absolute value of y is equal to oops, sorry about that. Actually, what I meant to do was bring this 1/2 in here, so I'm actually going to make this a square root. And now I'm going to do this. Sorry about that. Anyhow, so now the e to the ln square root of x squared plus 4 plus c. So if you remember, when we have two exponents being added, we can actually split them up and multiply them. So absolute value of y is equal to e to the ln square root x squared plus 4 times e to the c. And now we can simplify. E to the c, c is a constant, e is just an exponential, so e to the c is still just a constant. So absolute value of y is going to be equal to constant. Here the e and the ln are going to cancel, so constant square root of x squared plus 4. Now, in order to verify that we have the plus or minus here, because this is positive, so plus or minus of this equals positive. But actually, you don't need that because of this constant there. That constant can be anything. So we can kind of just drop the absolute value and get y equals c square root of x squared plus 4. So that was a little bit tricky. You can stop here, but if we want to write it as a function, then we do have to put it in y equals form. And in order to put it in y equals form, you do have to take these extra steps. So, yeah, wouldn't mind if you try those extra steps out. Because by doing those extra steps, that's how you're going to find the answer in the back of the book anyhow. If you don't do those, your answers won't match. All right, so I have 3 of them for you to try. Page 377. 43, 45, and 47. They're not too bad. See if you get stuck on any of them. If you do get stuck, just send me a message and I can kind of walk you through it. But I do want you to try them. So let me know if you're stuck. If you're not stuck, please just send in the answers. Okay?